The 2024 Steam Summer Sale has just started. It's one of the biggest of the year on Steam, and the deals are crazy good for a ton of games, but I'm going to point out 12 games here that I think are just such a crazy steal that you should check these out. Alright, I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's just get right into the deals here with the first one with Grip.
That's the sound of his life running out.
It's 90% off, $2.99. This is a high-octane racing game. It's a spiritual successor to the old PS1 game Roll Cage. I actually have a lot of nostalgia for that one, but don't worry about the nostalgia. You don't need it coming into this. This is a really neat game where while you race, you can go up on top of tracks and do a bunch of crazy gravity stuff with your vehicles. It's kind of like those RC cars that can go up walls, you know? So make sure you check out Grip if you want a really cool racing game for $2.99. Crazy deal.
It is imperative that you uncover her plans.
Catching me won't be that easy.
Then we have another game for 90% off, and that is Agent A, A Puzzle in Disguise for $1.99. You probably have that just sitting around in your Steam wallet from selling trading cards. So Agent A, A Puzzle in Disguise is a really cool point-and-click adventure game. This one's sort of leaning into like the escape room kind of mentality of solving puzzles here. This has been a game that I've been playing with my wife on and off in the couch, and I think this is just a really high-quality game if you're into brain-teasery puzzle point-and-click stuff. So check that one out for $2.
This is just the beginning.
Oliver, Agent A.
Next one up here is another one that I'm currently making my way through myself, but I didn't get such a crazy deal when I bought it, but it is Fight Night. It is not those old EA boxing games. This is a weird like dungeon crawlery night game with a really awesome aesthetic to it. Make sure you check this one out. It's 83% off, only $3.39. This is just a really weird, unique dungeon crawlery game that I've been really liking myself. Moving on to Ruiner, which is a cyberpunk top-down shooter that I really love. This is one of Devolver's lesser-loved games, but I think this is just such a great standout game from them. It's 82% off, only $3.59. This is just a really intense shooter, so if you're looking for a cool cyberpunk shooter, make sure you pick up Ruiner. Then we have Hob for 80% off, which is $3.99, and this is a Zelda-ish kind of top-down adventure title. And this is just a really great take on the classic Zelda formula, but in like a 3D polygonal presentation. I have another game coming up here later in the video if you're into this sort of Zelda-inspired indie game. So Hob for only $4, crazy good deal.
Piece of cake.
This one here is one of my favorite boomer shooters that have come out during this new boomer shooter renaissance, and that is Project Warlock. The feel of this game just delivers to me what I want out of a boomer shooter. It does have arena shooter elements to it, but what it really delivers is the dungeon crawly feel of the original Doom games, which was getting keycards and going back to places that you were. It really plays to those strengths of those old Doom games that I really appreciated myself more than even necessarily the combat. That said, the combat here is great too, but this one you can pick up for 80% off, which is only $2.40. Another incredible pickup.
Project Warlock. Help save the island from
Alright, now it wouldn't be a video on my channel if there wasn't a Metroidvania in the video, so Yoku's Island Express is a Metroidvania which you might not initially pick up by just seeing some gameplay, because it's a pinball Metroidvania. This is one where the whole world is basically a pinball machine. You traverse it by knocking the ball that you're attached to around with paddles, just like a pinball game, and it's really something special. This one you can get for $3.99, which is 80% off. This one should be a staple in anybody's library. Next one up is one of my favorite local multiplayer games. You can play it online as well, but this is one that I really like to play with friends on the couch, and that is Speedrunners. It's such a fun, fluid, platforming, competitive racing game, and it's 80% off, which is only $2.99. I hope that you've heard of this one. This one's been, pretty popular in the past, but if you haven't had a chance to play it yet and you want a really great local multiplayer game, check out Speedrunners for $3. Then we have a really weird one, but one that you might be aware of, and that is Hypnospace Outlaw. Basically a satirical, inflated, revisionist look back at what the internet used to be before high-speed internet, basically. But Hypnospace Outlaw just recreates some of those weird feelings from back in like the 90s and maybe even a little early 2000s. This is just such a strange world and artifact to poke around in. Hypnospace Outlaw, this one's a strange one, but you can pick this one up for 76% off, which is $4.79. Low price to basically be able to time travel to a previous era. It's a really neat game. The next two games here are games that I covered in one of my Portal-like videos that I've made in the past, but the first one here is Antichamber, which you can pick up for 75% off, which is $4.99. It's a really cool non-Euclidean puzzle game. Basically, you walk around this labyrinthine map, and the world doesn't necessarily behave in the most straightforward of logical ways. It has a ton of really unique, interesting ways to solve puzzles, and it really gets you thinking outside of the box. So that one is a really cool one if you want something that kind of challenges your logical reasoning.
Can you hear me? The shadows are dangerous.
If there's one game in this video that I really want more people to check out, it's definitely Lightmatter. It basically makes you think in the same way as Portal, but instead of portals, you're using light to allow you to travel through this shadow-covered facility, and the shadows end up eating you up if you get into them. So basically, this one's all about shedding light around this facility and allowing you to walk through it. This is a really great game you can pick up for 75% off, which is $4.99. This one is an absolute steal. Make sure you check that one out if you're looking for a cool single-player first-person puzzler. Alright, and then we have the final game here that I'm going to recommend during the summer Steam sale, and that is Death's Door. This is an incredible indie take on The Legend of Zelda, and maybe a little bit of the Souls-like formula. It's 75% off during the sale, which is $4.99, and it's one of the best classic Zelda-style games that has come from an indie team. It also has a really great, poignant story to it about dealing with death and kind of a interesting perspective on it. This is just a slam dunk game, and it's a crazy deal that you can get it for so cheap right now. Alright, and that was my video pointing out some games that you can get for a crazy deal right now during this Steam summer sale. If you picked any of these up from me pointing it out in this video, or you have any other crazy deals that you got during the Steam sale, let me know in the comments. Next week I have another video that's about Steam coming out that I've been working on for quite a while. A lot of work has gone into this video that's coming out next week, so that means it's probably gonna flop, because that's always what happens when you put a lot of work into a video. But I'm really excited about it, and I hope it's gonna be helpful, pointing out a lot of really cool underrated games that are kind of just sitting there on Steam with little fanfare around them that I think people should check out. So make sure you stick around, subscribe if you want to see that video in your subscription feed. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, thank you for watching. 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 Thank you for watching.